The person I'm about to interview is Kevin Quach, a sophomore at the University of Florida. Hi, Kevin.
Hey, how you doing, Nick?
Good. How often do you go to the gym at UF?
Probably around 4 to 5 days in a week.
Okay. Is going to the gym a need or a want in your life?
Um, it's been more of a want, but recently it's become more of a need because I just want to maintain my health and fitness.
Do you have access to a gym or even go to the gym during winter break?
Yes and no. I tried to utilize my friends' neighborhood gyms and guest passes and other ways, but no, I don't have a gym that I go to every day. I usually have to go out of my way to find ways to go to the gym.
What about spring break or the summer?
Spring break usually lasts a week, so I don't really go to the gym as much since I just come back to UF eventually. As for summer, since it's like a longer period of time, I do take into consideration getting a membership from a local gym or any type of facility like that.
Okay. Are you satisfied with the gym you have access to, or are you upset that you don't have access?
Is that in regards to UF or back at home?
Back at home.
So I usually go to UFIT back at home, and I'm very, very satisfied with their facility and what they offer. They do a lot of good programs, and they have great machines that I really, really enjoy. But at UF, I also love the gym there too. So I'm very satisfied with the gym back home here.
Okay. Do you think that other college students across the United States experience the same problems?
Mostly, yeah. I can very much see people going home and or people going on breaks, wanting or feeling the need to do any exercising because that's important to a lot of young millennials as such. So I could easily see that being a problem. I don't, some of my friends say that can be a problem sometimes, but I don't know specifically if it's like a domestic problem that we have in our country, but I can see it being a thing.
Okay. When you sign up for a membership, for example, when you go home, have you ever had to pay for a new member fee, a cancellation fee, or any type of like freeze fee on your membership?
Yeah, so obviously the gym's not cheap. Uh, so for in my specific scenario, I go to UFIT and they charge a $10 cancellation fee upon request, hopefully a month earlier. And then it also, if you want to reactivate it, you have to reactivate it through a $10 fee on top of a $10 first month fee. So that's usually how it works. So yeah, I've experienced a lot of those. The the when I last winter break when I went back home, I went to 24 Hour Fitness because my friend had a coupon for a 3-day pass there, and they said that they can freeze an account, so they can freeze your account if you choose to have a gym membership there, and they said that the freeze account fee is $20 until you come back. So yeah, so I've dealt with a lot of those fees.
Okay. Do you find the process of obtaining a membership difficult or annoying?
No, not really. I wouldn't say annoying. It's obviously it's a nuisance, but in regards to asking for a cancellation, it's a case by case basis with like whichever gym you go to. If the gym has terrible customer service, I can easily see that being a nuisance or a problem. But like the gym I go to, they're very nice people and they do things really quickly, so it wasn't really a problem for me. But that's just my case. I could see others having quite a problem with dealing with the customer service of bringing about all those fees and stuff like that. So also, I could also see it being annoying if you're not too sure on how like the cancellation fees or membership fees work, and you get a charge on your statement and you don't even know about it. That can also bring some problems to the customers. So
Okay. Why do you think that these gyms have such cancellation fees and freeze fees and new member fees?
yeah, so I can see how they would want to use those because if you know a gym wants to make profit, so their best case and people like us who take who leave, come back, and leave and come back, they see an opportunity to capitalize on that because obviously as college students, we're the majority of us don't have that much money, but the majority of us also bank off of a lot of health and fitness types of ventures. So they can see an opportunity in us. While most people wouldn't want to pay for that, some people do, and they do make a profit off of the fact that people really want to use a gym and they can make a fee off of it. Uh, Obviously, the way to do that is to make it more available to all college students. So
Okay. Would you be willing to pay a special annual rate to have access year round to like a gym back home rather than having to, keep setting up a new membership and canceling that membership every time you go back to school?
So, like I said, it's not really a hassle for me to start a membership and, um, freeze a membership for me. It would honestly depend on the rate because as a college student, we don't have that much money, and if we're coming back for a break, it's going to be around, at most 3 months, or at the latest, or at the least amount 1 week. So, like, I would pay, but it depends on how much the fee is because technically, if we're talking about like annual fees right now for the gym, I pay $10 a month if I do go, plus like at most $50 in cancellation fees for the entire year. So if you have to go about an annual rate, you would have to go lower than like the membership fees, cancellation fees, and all that on top of what I pay monthly. So it's going to depend on the price.
Okay. So, question relating to that. If you could have access to a gym that you could only go to during the breaks when you're back home, how much would you be willing to pay? Say like I said, like an annual rate. What amount would you be willing to pay?
Yeah, so I can, so for the specific like gym, it would depend on the type of facility they offer, what type of like things that they can provide for me. Uh, so if we're talking about an annual rate, I'd pay probably around 60 to 70 for an annual rate, and this will include all my breaks. So it's going to include 3 months of summer at the most,
Mm-hmm.
winter break, every time I decide to go home, spring break. That's what I probably would pay. I know a lot of gyms, they offer like rates in which like, oh, you pay for 1 month of a fee of like $50 or $60. But if you're offering for a college type of discount or college offer, I can easily pay around 70 to 80, and I'd be fine with that.
Okay. Uh, do you think that this opportunity that I'm suggesting, where I set up my own gym and like give college students access, do you think this could apply to more than just a college student?
Yeah, so I can see this applying to not only college students, but per se, you know, business or different workers who travel a lot. I know business workers and workers like that. They or consultants and types of those ventures. They would travel for a good majority of their time, and they would come back for maybe at most 2 to 3 days, and they would go back to another traveling location. I know a lot of people who've done that, so I can see that being more of also for those types of workers who need it for just because of their occupation. Otherwise, I see it for college students but the other like sector of the people that you would work or who would probably use that, like most people who go to the gym are either at home, so they don't really need that offer, but like international and or people who travel a lot and college students probably are your best bet at making a profit off of this idea.
Right. So again, another question relating to that. Um, do you think that this opportunity could be profitable? What I'm saying is, do you think I could get enough customers to come to this new gym that gives this special rate to college students. Do you think that this special rate, if it applies to more people, and I operate this gym year round, could this be profitable?
Possibly. It would honestly depend on probably like your location. I feel suburbs, you're not gonna make enough from college students, honestly, to generate a profit. So you're basically, your business pattern is gonna be a cycle in which each break you're gonna make your most money, but then on your other breaks, like say like fall, like the only breaks that you have are could be from like certain other universities, and those are like individuals. So say for instance, you know, spring break, winter break, and summer break. So summer, this is also banking off the fact that if these college students do come back, many go to internships, many go on vacations. I know spring break, a lot of people go on cruises and or vacations elsewhere. So this is only banking on the fact that people will come home and or will come to like wherever the gym is during those breaks. So keep in mind it's breaks. So a lot of students, some do come, some don't. So you can't bank off of the fact that like you're going to generate the majority of your profits in those breaks, and then pay off all your overheads and all the other like expenditures and expenses that you occurred in those fall and like spring semesters when those kids weren't here. So I think personally it's not going to make that much money. I think honestly in the beginning stages you're going to lose money. But if you can create enough of a marketing scheme and enough of the fact that like people would want to come home and be there, you would probably make something. Also, I believe that you would need to like franchise this idea more and break it off to like more owners. So I'd say that's your best bet.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. That's all the questions I have for you.
Awesome, thank you.